Hello there, my name is Linda, also known as Tortajala around the internet. I love creative journaling and all things stationery. And since I'm participating in Junk Journal July this month, I'm doing a weekly video to share the pages that I've created for the challenge. The challenge was created by Meg Journals and also hosted by Get Messy Art Journal, and you can find out more information from their YouTube channels as well as their IG. So I am still working in my Moleskine 18-month daily diary in the large size. I'm just using the daily pages for this particular challenge for the month of July. And the first word for this week, the prompt, was actually tag. So I just made myself a little tag with a piece of paper that I had that said good vibes only. I just really loved that bright pop of color, and I put it in like sort of like a vellum like tuck spot kind of thing, and did some journaling. And you can see that on the back of the tag it actually has a little thing I printed out from Instagram, and it says Ubai Tori, I think, if that's how it's pronounced. And it just means it's the idea that people, like flowers, bloom in their own time and take their own individual journeys. So the acceptance of not comparing oneself to others and focusing on one's own uniqueness. So I just thought that was really cool. And I often see like little tidbits on Instagram that I really like. So I always want to screenshot and like print them out and include them in my journals. For the next page, the prompt word was picture. So I actually printed out a picture of my fur baby. That is my dog. He is a Westie, a West Highland White Terrier. He's actually 13 years old, so he's pretty old. He was like our first baby basically, and I was just doing almost like a traditional like scrapbooky type of page for him, and I really just wanted to remind myself to take more pictures of him and document more of my fur baby, because since I've had human kids, it gets like taken over. You're taking pictures of like the next kid, and sometimes you just have to remember to take pictures of everyone and document as much as possible. So that's what this page is about. And I used some printable papers from my blog as well as my Ko-fi, and then the stickers with the dog and the paw print is actually from Eleanor Marianne. It's like a stationery brand here in Florence. So next page, the next prompt word for Sunday was colors, and so I decided to cut out these Polaroid like illustrations, and just because I really liked the colors, and they are from Rainbow Holic. So she's like a super popular YouTuber as well as on Instagram, and she has like an actual physical stationery shop in Japan. So I was just talking a bit about my thoughts on colors, and about how sometimes I forget to make use of colors and things like that and pay attention to color theory. I often default just to like the same things, or I'm not really paying attention, so everything is just like a mishmash of colors, which I do like colorful things, but sometimes I think it can be helpful to stop and sort of think about it and make a more like intentional choice about what colors you use. And on to the next day. The word was actually timeless, and I don't know why I just decided to doodle in black and white, so like the complete opposite of the left-hand side page that is so colorful. And I just thought about how it's sort of like timeless creativity in a sense, because of the fact that the thing that I do the most probably is doodling with a black pen, and like much more than pencil. I just go in straight with a black sort of like felt tip marker type of thing. I think that's just the thing that I'm the most comfortable doing when it comes to like drawing and doodling. So I do that a lot. But then I don't go anywhere from there. Like I don't really like to color, like colored pencils and things like that. I just leave it like that. But I just thought it fit the prompt timeless because it's sort of like when people talk about going back to pen and paper for journaling, and for drawing, just going to simple paper and black pen, and it's sort of like a timeless creative thing that you can do no matter what with very little supplies. So that's my page for that day. So moving on to the next day, the prompt was actually tippin'. So I took this postcard that is actually from Brandy Kincaid and I tipped it in. I used some washi tape from Salam Creative to tape it in, and I did my journaling on the back and also used some letter stickers to write out to all the possibilities on the page itself with this printed pattern paper as well. And I was just sort of saying to myself to stay open to all the creative possibilities. I think it's easy sometimes to get trapped into like repetitive thinking and things like that and not do anything new or change or even realize that it is possible to have other, avenues of doing something. So just reminding myself of that in a creative sense, but I guess in all of life as well. And then on the right hand side, for that page, the prompt was actually ephemeral, which for some reason, when I read it, I just thought it was ephemera. And then I realized after the fact that the prompt word was actually ephemeral, meaning like something that lasts for a very short amount of time, or like that kind of, aesthetic or something. But I had read it as ephemera, like the stuff that you collect from everyday life, which I'm so used to doing. So I had immediately just stuck on, sort of like tipped in this little packaging from these like perfumed sticker thingies that are supposed to be anti mosquito that I'm using with my kids because it is summertime here in Italy, and that means the mosquitoes are back and they're just devouring us. And it's just really bad for like little kids because like the first summer or the second summer, like when they're really young, they definitely get attacked more, possibly maybe because they're young, or they've not yet been exposed, right, to all the mosquitoes like every year. So whenever they get a bite, it's just like ginormous and it just looks so bad. And, they're itchy and all that kind of stuff. So I was just journaling all about that struggle in the summertime here. So that's that page. And then the final page for the week, and this is for today, Thursday, I tried to do, the word was tea dyed. So I tried to dye a piece of paper with tea. I literally just took a piece of white computer printer paper and crumpled it up and stuffed it in a cup of tea, but I left it in there too long, so it was starting to like disintegrate. So then I put it outside to dry, and it did get, that look, which is really cool. I think you can do the same with coffee as well. And so I just used it to collage onto the back of my page for sort of like that old rustic, old paper like look. But yeah, I left it in the tea like too long, so it was just like disintegrating the paper. Probably because I was just using printer paper, so it, obviously can't hold up to water as long. I'm assuming if you want something with more color, you would have to make either stronger tea or coffee so the color's darker, and or have paper that obviously can hold up to being in the solution longer so that it would like take in more color. But it definitely works for like just aging some paper. And then I just decided to use a bunch of like pet tape stickers and things from Pen Pal Impala and some frames and things that I had in my stash to make like a little collage about adventure weights. And I'm just thinking about August because that is the vacation month here in Italy, and we definitely have like road tripping kind of planned because we have visitors, and so August will definitely be a month of travel for us. So those are my pages for the week. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little flip through. If you're participating in Junk Journal July as well, please don't hesitate to drop a link to your YouTube or your Instagram in the comments below. I definitely would love to see and cheer you on. As always, Let me know if you have any questions or feedback as well. I would love to hear from you. And if you love journaling and using digital printables, remember that I am building my community on Ko-fi. You can check out the link in the description to find out more. But basically, if you join as a member on my Ko-fi page, you get all the digital printables that I post on my Ko-fi feed, from art prints to digital papers to journaling cards, every single month. And you can download everything that's already been posted as well in the archive. So there's like years of posts. And of course, you can just buy designs in the shop one-off as well. And I also have a blog at tortajala.com with totally free printable papers, so you can go there and just check out what's available and download some pattern papers to try in your next journal page. Thanks so much for watching and supporting me here, and until next time, bye.